this is a very special episode because we all are daddies, man, and we all really, really love that title. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. My little mama called me Dada, and every time I hear that sound, bro, I curl up like a little baby. You feel me? So I know y'all all dads, yo. So I'm gonna start with you, bottom shelf man. Let's talk about. I know you have one to tell the people about your daughter and how you feel about her. You know what I mean? Let's open up, man.
We'll open up slightly.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Happy Father's Day.
Cheers. Salute.
Salute.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Cheers.
To all the great dads.
Word.
The real one.
The real ones. Real rap.
My daughter is now 19 years.
Teen dad.
Word.
Nah, you wasn't.
You know what I mean? So I basically in life when I grew up, I said if I didn't have children before I turned 25, I was not going to have children. And she came at 24. Right? So she came at that point, right on time, literally, because at that point in my life I wasn't really sure of my purpose. I didn't know what direction I was heading in. And her arrival gave me something to,
Some ideas.
somebody to be there for. You know what I mean? As we all know as fathers, we all have our purpose, and there's a higher calling. And that's why I feel like Father's Day is so important, because this is literally a calling from a higher level. We were all blessed, right? Like, this is not, some people are about to speak, but I believe that the true fathers, we were called, and our children were called to be the children they are to us. So, but I love her very much, and the journey continues, it never ends, but I'm in another chapter. But I like to hear you guys talk about your children because you guys are in chapters that I was in, and it makes me smile to hear.
So real quick, since I've had I got two boys, I call them my heroes. You know what I'm saying? Those are my heroes. And it's funny because they like Superman, Batman. They're in that stage where they literally my heroes because they saved me. You feel me? Like I ain't saved them. I brought y'all here, but y'all literally changed the trajectory. They changed the trajectory of my life, so I call them my heroes. You know what I'm saying? And they like Superman and Batman. Like I let them live it up because literally they saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Like be the hero, the superhero that you are, because Daddy would be somewhere else.
That's dope. When you look at it, right? To say they saved you is the truth. Because I know mine saved me. Of course we would want more, but would we have that ambition to strive for more if it wasn't for that?
Not
right?
to that level, right?
Not
level.
really. Being content is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you could be good with 75,000 and just be like, I can make it for happy hour. I could do a date or two.
Right.
I can pay my bills and shit.
Yeah.
That's a motherfucker. But when you got kids, you like, oh hell no.
Right.
I need more.
Because they deserve more.
Because they need more.
They need more.
They gotta get swimming classes, gymnastics.
But you know what the secret is? Because
Birthday
of how
party.
we grew up, we didn't want them to do what we did.
But I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
I don't want them to do what I did, but I love how I grew up.
Oh, I love
That's
how,
another talk show,
the
but I
struggle's
really
different.
no, because you want to know what's crazy today? So I have a video on my phone. I'm gonna post it today on social media. My daughter, she wanted to go to the store by herself.
Okay.
She's 9.
That's big.
At 9 years old, I was going to the park by myself.
Whatever.
I was fucking going to get 4 chicken wings and french fries by myself. I was doing, it's not, it's just the fact that
but back then I feel like it was more dangerous.
We're so busy trying to right the wrongs of what we feel was what we went through, that we give our kids everything. So if our kids say they want McDonald's, we take them to McDonald's, bring them back from McDonald's, and like we're literally doing everything. So I commended her. She wanted it. So being the dad that I am, I'll show you how the video off the air. I said, listen, I'm not gonna let you go to the store by yourself. I'll take you to the store and I will let you walk home alone, but I'm going to follow you. So like, I'm gonna give you your space, but I'm gonna follow you, knowing that you're there. So I watched. I got the video. I watched across the street. She went into the store by herself. She got the bread, the breakfast rolls, and things like that. And I was just like, yo, wow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening in my life? Like, yeah. And then my other daughter's in the back, like, yo, where's Josie? And I was like, yo, she's crossing the street. And she's like, yo, I hope she's okay. And I'm like, yo, all I kept saying to myself, I was like, yo, this is me. Like, this is my life. Yeah. This is what I'm doing. Right. You know, and the reality of it is, as a father, I'm thankful that although I try to give my kids everything, I'm thankful that she feels the need to be self-sufficient. Yeah. To say, yo, I want to do this on my own. Right. You know, because I'm like Gordon said, hell no. I was with him. I was like, hell no. But guess what?
It's scary, man.
It is. Because I saw her crossing the street, and instead of saying, yo, if someone hits her, instead of saying like, yo, I'm gonna go nurture her, I said anybody that hits her,
a wrap.
They are dead.
I'm with you.
I promise you, they are dead today. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about the cops. We're waiting. I'm killing them. Right. Because whatever y'all did, y'all didn't follow the rules. Because she did. Right. She was looking at the don't walk sign and the walk sign.
Both ways.
And she paid attention. So if you did something to her, I'm gonna kill your ass.
But that's the difference of how we grew up. Yeah. We were forced to grow up. Yes, it's true.
We got to orchards. You got forced.
You got the most, right?
And wait a minute. And honestly, the amount don't matter. I know that.
Oh, it matters, bro.
Wait. It matters. No. I'm saying it matters.
Because when the bank comes,
exactly. Monetarily, man. But whether you had one or you had four, you love it. Yeah. So talk to me about what fatherhood means to you.
Okay, for starters, to piggyback off it for Gab, my first son, you already know, I call him Savior. Because when he was born, like, I was in a completely different space. Mm-hmm. And the birth of this dude just put me in another different space. And just like everybody said, I knew at that moment, I'm like, dude, this is a motherfucker to save me. Because, believe me, I was a completely different dude as soon as he hopped out. But like everyone is saying, like even Reem said, when you're single doing your thing, all you care about is you.
Yeah. Very selfish mindset.
You don't want much.
Yep. I was telling MC everything I do now. I was looking at a watch the other day, so a bright $5,000, and it's not like I can't buy it, but I'm like, yo, how I come home with it, and my girls are like, all I'm thinking is I could use to do so much for them. So it just changes all the perspective. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
But you can get the watch. Yeah. But everything has to be like
exactly.
Yeah. You can't, because you don't want to sell yourself short.
Right. I gotta be
just because you're a dad.
Right. I gotta be
because your conscience will pull that.
Right. As long as you know you're doing what you're doing, get the watch. But if you know you ain't reached the goal, I can't get this watch right now.
That's a year
when
ballet.
You take care of just you, there's something to think about. Now, the crazy thing is you're last now. Whenever you think about making a move or doing something, you're at the end of the spectrum. I gotta make sure life is good and the kid's gonna be okay, and whatever left over, okay, I do something myself with the little scraps that's left. You know, it's yo. And I was telling MC the other day, yo, when I get home every single day, when my kids hear my alarm goes, front door open, everybody runs to the door.
Yeah, to the foyer.
Yo, and I'm
everybody?
You,
you're a hero.
You're a good, you got a great family.
No, all the kids, I mean, like, seriously.
For real?
Yeah, 100%.
And you're a great guy.
And I'm telling you right now, if
only one comes to the door for me.
All of them come.
The other one be like, yo, did you bring home some?
Right. You got that next level where now they have gotten to a point.
Yeah.
Hi.
Right. The baby is still going to
I didn't duck like
no, the baby doesn't.
Really?
Yo, the baby really is the opposite.
Let me say something.
Get out of here.
She be like, yo, hi.
I love this dude's kid. Yo,
Josie.
the baby.
Gia.
Okay.
She's a different beast.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
She a Boondocks character.
Gangsta.
Bruh.
Bro. Gangsta.
Okay.
I know she's gay. I've seen it. I've seen
But you want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
The best report card in my household
It's her.
It's her?
is her. And I'm talking about, I kid you not. And when I tell you she does it effortlessly, she doesn't, she literally, you tell her to go to that computer, gets on the computer. Who knows this? I do.
Right.
This is like, yo, she says it like, yo, you're annoying her by asking her. Like, yo, why don't you know this?
Are you
She
playing
has
with
been
me?
Yeah, she's like, yo,
Are you
why do you
been
keep
here?
Are
asking
you
us?
trying to play me?
She's been here before.
Bruh,
Yeah, that's what's
That's
up.
a
This
bruh.
is her second lifestyle.
bruh.
Yeah, that's
She's
Bruh.
like, come on, man. I did this
Bruh.
last life.
Yo, so definitely, I commend Gorgeous for all four of his
Yeah.
kids
God bless you.
greeting him.
Right.
Yeah.
But what?
Y'all
Even my
never know
little
what
one
that
is like
feels
1 and a couple of months.
Nah, Ethan don't be greeting you, bro. Ethan is a grown
No,
man
I
right
swear,
now.
Yo, I swear.
Wow.
Might be on the phone when I get home. That's how he knows I'm home.
Right.
Because he hear the
He hears
voices. Dad, he's like, oh, yo, G,
Wow.
you're home. I told
That's
you.
what's up.
I'm telling you.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Not home, not here.
Yeah, and yo, the funny thing is, if I don't hear that, I'm in my feelings. Like, yo, wait, what's going on?
Well, get ready.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jumpy Sophie.
Yeah,
It's coming. It's coming.
So
It's coming.
let me ask you.
No,
No, I ask
don't
nobody
ask
shit.
No,
Nigga,
exactly.
You ain't Oprah. What's up with you?
Yeah.
Yo,
You the
Nah,
biggest sucker.
no,
Look,
we
you-
not listening
you
to
got
you
the
ask
door,
no
you got the
question.
door.
Because a situation happened like 2 days ago, right? She had like, a mask, like she must have gotten from a birthday party or some sort, right? Facial mask, right? She asked me, she's been asking me, can I put it on? Can I put it on? I said, all right, no problem. So she puts it on by herself, like, all right, wasn't done correctly, but whatever, let her do it on home, right? So some spaces missing, whatever. I'm like, all right, so I threw away the bulk of it.
Yeah,
Right?
get from a party
So
joint, yeah.
15 minutes, she said, she read it, the directions on, she said, Dad, can you set my phone for 15 minutes? I said, all right, phone 15 minutes, whatever. So 12 minutes in, I said, I'm take it off now, touch it. You know what I'm saying? It's dry. So she's trying to peel it because it wasn't done evenly.
Right.
It couldn't come
Yeah,
off,
Right,
right?
It's all over the place.
Right, so we ended up washing it off, right? Anyway, long story short, she comes to me, she said, Dada, why you always make me do what I want to do? Right? And I said, no, I don't always let you do what you wanted to do. I said, I let you try things. I think it's important for you to try things. Similar to why I say try broccoli, try whatever. You know what I'm saying? Try it. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't work, try something else. But don't not try. You know what you think? I said to her, and I think, and I believe in this, I said, my job as your father is not to tell you what to do. It's to guide you. Feel me? Yep. And I said it's to guide you, and that's what I'm doing. I'm guiding you. I'm trying to try things, whatever the case may be. So I say all that to say, man, like, and the question I was gonna ask you guys, and I'm gonna start first, because I'm saying is like, what do you enjoy the most about being a father? And for me personally, it's just, I just like being called that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I don't know how it would be if I never heard her call me. She calls me Dada. Now, I got a quick story for that too, bro. Like, way back in the day with my pops, that's what I called him.
Yep.
I called him Dada.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You feel me? I was born in Jamaica, call him Dada. I never told her to call me Dada. It's just that's what she calls me.
That are in genes and we still don't know.
And you feel me? And it's like, I remember saying to Gorgeous a couple years ago.
I'm about to say that right now.
A couple years ago, I said to him, I said, yo, bro, she calls me Dada. He said, yeah, it's gonna change.
Yeah, because yo, that's about I'm like, yo, it still ain't changed.
He said, yeah, okay. He said, Mike, it's gonna change.
Yeah.
And I said, bro, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Bro, and I don't know where I would be if I don't hear. I mean, when she's 13, she's going, hey, Dad. And it's funny, to her friends, she'll say, my dad is here.
Yeah.
As soon as I pick her, Dada. So and it's like, so I enjoy that the most. So I'm
That's
gonna
her
start
name
with
for you.
George, man. Like, I mean, start with GOG.
Yeah. So it's funny.
Like, what do you enjoy the most about
So
being a dad, bro?
I like that part. The best part of the show, man, is like me being me starting to be more like having that one-on-one, man to man. So this is the thing I've been telling my sons, like, yo, it might be a slight to their mom, but like, yo, the mother never been a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm the only one that I know what you're going through. I've been a 10-year-old boy before. You know what I'm saying? So now I can have it, and I can see the light bulb go off. Like, okay, maybe I need to start to listen to this. That's what my kid is saying.
Yeah.
Finally, maybe I should listen to Pop. You know what I'm saying? He was a 10-year-old boy at one point, and at one point, I can't wish it's over. That run is over.
There's always time.
There's always time, but I'm not wishing anything. I'm glad I got the 2 boys, and literally I got more boys, right? Because I've been getting boys from the kids that we coached, from all of my sister's nephews. I got like 4 or 5 of them.
That's right.
And then my 2, it's like this is boys in my life for a reason. So I gotta. So I'm not wishing anything else. Like evidently, I have to do something with these young men. You know what I'm saying? Train them and rear them. So I'm like,
And you wish for shit that you can't get.
always,
Because you could bust open a lot of chicks and get it. There's a girl out there that could come out you can't get. But you don't wish for don't wish for a sex
exactly.
of a child.
Yeah.
Because I'm good.
So
Right.
I'm gonna ask you, what's you're 19? I mean, let me tell you something. I met you obviously through, you know what I mean, GOG, and like, you know what I'm saying, you become not just a friend of mine, but you become my brother. You feel me? And I tell you all the time, man, like, you have a daughter, so do I. I'm gonna always look to you for advice. You feel me? I'm gonna look to you. I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna whatever I need. You've been there. You've done it. You know what I'm saying? Your daughter's 11 years older than mine. So I want to ask you. You know, like, what does fatherhood mean to you? I mean, I feel like I know, but tell everybody else what it is. Because you know, from taking her wherever the football, bro, like the stuff that he's told me, bro.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Let him tell it. Let him tell it,
I
man.
want
Let him tell it.
man. But it's just so.
He look like he about to cry right now.
With the tissues.
You know, because you know,
Fucking white, use your long ass suit jacket.
Yo, and he can't put on the camera in this one.
right.
Let me get
You get emotional because you think about the trajectory of where you come from as a father. What it means to me is it means responsibility.
Yes.
It means sacrifice. It means doing the things that you thought you'd never do for another human being. Like, there's so many times where I thought to myself, and this is on a micro scale, meaning when I didn't have much, and it was like, well, if I buy a pair of socks, I have to buy her a pair of socks. Like, I can't walk in and be like, oh, daddy's got, and you don't have anything new. You know what I mean? It means understanding that you're not always gonna get your way. That, you know, I co-parent. There's a mother that has another way of looking at things. We were great friends. I always say this though, and I know on some level I'm strange. You want to research who you have your child with. Because if you don't know the woman that you have a child with, you're asking for a lifetime of pain. Because
But why a lifetime?
a lifetime. Because in reality,
I never got that part. Like,
fatherhood lasts a lifetime.
not parenting with someone. You co-parent with someone for, I think, for like 14 to 15 years minimum. And then after that, you understand, like, I think.
But here's the issue,
you start to do this shit on your own without that.
Eventually, college comes, and there's a bill that needs to be paid between two parents, and then there's a wedding, and then there's walking her down the aisle and a first dance, and there's grandchildren. And if you can't be in the same room with the woman you slept with 35 years ago, when it's time for that child to get married, we don't know when our daughters or our sons are going to get married. But if you can't coexist with them, meaning even if you have a new person, then you're going to have trouble. Because your child is going to feel it on your child's wedding day, on your child's graduation. It's about them. And it is. But I've heard too many stories where the man is there with their next person, and it's uncomfortable. The pictures are weird. It's not authentic. there's no real love. You can't even take a, like as a child, you say, I graduated from college, high school, whatever. I want to take a picture with my parents, my mother and my father. Now my step, it depends on, of course, the extenuating circumstances. But you want to be able to say to that woman, for us as men, listen, I'll be back, and it's okay. But do you want to? Do you know that woman well enough to know that no matter what goes on, even through disagreements of how to raise this human being, we're going to be able to break bread forever. Forever.
I think that forever comment, I don't believe in it. And I'm being honest with you.
Because you're fortunate.
No, it's not because I'm fortunate, because I'm a product of not having to be raised by forever parents.
True.
That's my reality. Like,
right.
My parents don't have to speak
but
with each other.
But it's a reality that you didn't want your children to live.
Well, not my children, but I didn't give a fuck.
No, meaning, is it a reality that when you didn't want your children to live your reality?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
It's not about me not wanting it. I didn't say I'm getting married to my wife because of what I don't want my kids to go through.
All right.
I didn't think about what my children will go through. I got married to her because of what I felt about her. You dig? Like, if it didn't work out, then we start thinking about what's gonna happen to the kids.
Right.
But as far as what made us get together and what made us tie the knot,
right.
It wasn't about the children. So I'm telling you, as a child, that my parents didn't have to speak for me.
How you know they did it behind your back? You know what I'm saying?
It's not. But what I'm saying is, he's speaking on what it did to the kid.
No, he's talking
No,
about
he
parents.
spoke on how the kid felt.
Okay.
I didn't stress when I graduated from high school. I didn't give a fuck that my dad was on another side of the campus,
right,
and my mom was there.
Okay.
I didn't give a fuck, because you want to know the truth. I knew what it was hitting for. When the kid is abreast to what's going on, they don't give a fuck about mom and dad taking pictures together.
I think there's a gender difference there.
Could be.
Because you're a boy.
Could be.
I don't agree with that either, because I have siblings, and I have female siblings, and I have cousins. Like, yo, when you know the truth, it's not about you and that person are not bonded for life. When you know the truth and when you know the dynamics of the relationship,
right?
You and a mother and father are not bonded for life, bro. When the kid knows what is going on, yo, you know what? It may not even be uncomfortable. You don't have to be cordial. It won't be uncomfortable though. Mom, I want you to come to the graduation. Dad, I want you to come to graduation. I know you're going to sit over there. I know you're going to sit over there. That ain't uncomfortable.
Right.
It's uncomfortable when you try to bring them together. That's when that level of awkwardness comes in, and you start like, yo, that's when it comes in. But when you know what your parents are, and you know the situation, you don't give a fuck.
So Reem, I'm gonna start with you with this question though, because you speak on that fatherhood, very clear. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, did somebody influence you, like to make you the father that you are right now?
No. Nobody did. That's just that simple. I'm the father that I am because of fucking who I am. My character of who I am. Just me. Just me being me.
Everybody had a point of reference.
I don't
care if it was freaking Uncle Phil.
No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't have that example.
Huxtable.
Nah, I don't. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I'm not trying to discredit any of you brothers or people out there. I'm not this torn person that feels like, yo, I got this trauma, and like, yo, when I get my kids, I'm never gonna make them feel this. No, when I had my kids, it was a fresh start for us, and it was like, yo, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. But leaving them wasn't an option because shit, I don't leave my family. If my family needs me, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm just a good person. I'm being honest with you. So me being a good father was an easy transition because, like, that's just who it is, who I am. Y'all can call me. Any one of y'all can call me, and I'm gonna answer the phone.
And if I don't answer it, I'm gonna call back.
And you're gonna text him.
And I'm gonna be. I'm gonna text you.
I'm
I'm gonna let.
drinking.
I could have ignored AG.
You could ignore me.
But I let him know
I'm
I'm under the influence. I'm having a good time.
I appreciate that.
If you're
text.
not calling to contribute to my fun, I'm not talking to you right now. That's what I let him know. But the bottom line is, he didn't have to feel like, yo, I can't count on Reem to answer
This
that
is
phone.
you're the father you are because just you.
Just who I am. I don't need to be influenced.
There was
We
some
don't-
kind of
we
reference.
don't-
Everybody has some kind of point of
I
reference.
don't.
Whether you
I
knew it or
don't.
not.
I'm being honest. We don't. Yo, it's so cliche to say, yo, because of what I went through, I made sure that my kid wasn't gonna go through that.
I hate that. I hate those
That
phrases.
shit is
too.
cliche,
I got you.
bro.
I understand
No
that.
doubt,
But
no
you
doubt.
could also be like have some awareness of like, okay, I did pick that up from this. I picked it up like even if it's eclectic. Like listen to what I'm saying.
I hear
I
you.
could have picked like your house. I go to your house. That looks to me. It looks like the Huxtables.
But it's not, because I'm not a
I say it to
doctor. You feel
I'm
me?
just saying to
Right.
me.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
and I get what you're saying
But,
too. I
but
get
that's
what you're
why
saying.
I don't fuck with the Huxtables. Because they told us that if you ain't a lawyer and a doctor,
but you know what?
you can't be successful.
you're right. I know that.
And,
You know
have
what?
and raise a good family.
You know what? It's funny you
No.
say that. I know, because I didn't even dig that deep into
Right.
it. I knew they was
We needed to
doctors,
see
and but I
No,
didn't.
I
it didn't
agree.
affect
I
me
agree.
none. I
But
didn't
it
even
kind
realize
of,
how-
yo, he's a principal. You're a business owner.
Yeah.
You're a teacher. You understand what I'm saying?
understand that.
Yo, why they didn't show those people?
They did. yo.
They did
He
it.
was-
They did
some
not. I
professors
watched the
came
show,
in.
bro.
So let me
All I
ask-
saw was Justine.
All right, let me ask you a question. Did anyone influence you to be the dad that you are?
Honestly, like partially what Reem is saying. No one influenced me.
Thank you.
I just know what I went through as a kid,
I remember your story, yeah.
and I kind of told myself,
Took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
like it's as simple as, you know what? I was given the gift of 4 kids. They weren't asked to be here. You know what I mean? I was having a hell of a good time, and here they
Sure
come.
did. No more wine for you.
Right.
No more
So,
Riesling for
honestly,
you.
it's as simple as I'm gonna do the best job I possibly can.
Wrecking ship.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? I'm gonna be present. I'm gonna be attentive. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure that I can provide,
That's a fact.
and I'm gonna make sure that I got shit set up so I can protect.
Absolutely.
So honestly, the platform is I got kids,
That's it.
and I'm gonna do
That's it.
is the best job I can possibly
That's
can.
it. No, don't say that.
Right.
Because a lot of deadbeat dads be saying that.
No, I got you.
Just say you're gonna make sure that they good.
Right.
That's it.
I'll make sure they go.
And you do.
Right.
I don't mean to cut you
because-
off.
No, which
Tell
is
you that right now.
no, but because, and honestly, I think a lot of things that's within all of us is a thing called human nature, right?
Mhm.
We don't want to hurt anyone.
Mhm.
We generally want to help,
Right.
and we want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. We want to give you the opportunity to do what you do, and with your kids, it's just multiply.
Right.
Like I have this little beam in my hand, and I'm gonna be present.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be focused. I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna make sure that, quote unquote, the necessities, whatever they need, is provided. You get what I'm trying to say to you? And even when we were speaking on beating kids, right? This is why I don't beat the kids.
Whoop that ass
Now,
like
I hear what you're saying, because what I'm saying is, right? If me and Mike get in a squabble, I can't whip his ass. I gotta talk to him about it. If me and my wife get in a squabble, I can't
Why
beat
not?
her. I can't beat her
You
ass.
can't beat his
I
ass.
gotta talk to her about it. So just because I'm in control as a human doesn't give me the right to beat his ass to
Right.
get my
That's
point.
another episode.
But if you
Because
do
I'm gonna
need
whoop
to be
that
right,
ass.
I know.
give me a call. We'll jump.
Nah.
The Bible said it. Spare the rod and you
I
spoil
don't
the
think
child.
we're not gonna get
That was
Yeah.
back. That was 2 episodes
Yeah,
ago.
the point I'm making is ultimately, like we said before, I'm a guidance tool, right? Like I'm gonna give you the rein to go what avenues you're gonna go to, but I'm gonna be right here, just like Reem, he was walking behind his kid. That's how I see parents do that. You're gonna go into the world, but I'm gonna literally be 2 steps behind you.
Right.
When you make a mistake, you're gonna turn around and say, Dad, what I did wrong, I'm gonna say, I think you should have made a left and you should have made the right. How about we try this again and see what happens? I'm honestly, I'm not gonna tell you I got this down pat.
Right. No, right.
I'm
But-
trying to figure shit out day by day.
Absolutely.
But how does being a dad make you feel?
Yo, honestly, phenomenal. And I'm gonna tell you in the moments where, cause me and Mike, when Mike had his kid, we had a conversation. I said, yo, bro, you a grown-ass man.
Right.
There's going to be a moments where your ass going to shed tears based off what your kid does. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And when my daughters or my son come in, just randomly, I'm sitting somewhere watching TV and just come and say, Dad, I want to tell you something. I just want to show you the greatest dad in the world. I'm like, okay, go ahead, go eat your popcorn. But I'm like, over here.
That's right.
Yo,
That's
like,
right.
yes, I'm wiping tears so they don't see.
right.
Because no one told them to set that.
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
felt it. They
Whatever they
felt
were
it.
doing, or whatever they
Right.
felt in that moment, they felt like, I'm going to go tell my dad, you're the greatest dad in the whole
But
world.
that's all they know, though.
Right.
That's it. They
Right.
don't know you're not supposed to be the greatest person.
Right,
in the world.
right, right.
Which
They
is
just
good.
know, like, yo, my dad
Right.
is the shit.
Right.
You know, I didn't know that, yo, like, dads aren't around.
Right.
I know my dad.
Right.
He's around.
Right.
And I thought that's what's supposed to be the thing, right?
Right.
Norm.
But guess what? My dad is beating y'all.
Yeah, 100%.
He's way better than
Yeah,
y'all.
100%.
dad. And that's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
So don't get it fucked up.
Right.
You're doing what you're supposed to
Right.
do, and we're not changing the trajectory.
Right.
We're doing what we're supposed
Right.
to do.
And I got a quick story about the protection part, right? We was up in the house a couple of days ago watching, all of us was downstairs watching the movie. You know what I'm saying? All the kids laid around.
What's the name of the movie? That's how I know you don't pay
Wrath for
attention.
Men.
Oh, okay, cool.
The new one.
I try to get you.
You try to get
So
it.
anyway,
Caught him slipping.
like we're talking about 12:30 in the morning. You know these kids. After the movie started, they knocked out halfway through. So I'm on the bed, all my kids around me, and I got my youngest son in my hand. My brother-in-law, I guess he was calling our phone and said he want to come to the house, but we didn't hear the phone, right?
Yeah, what about
No, that's over.
All
So
right,
he
that's
popped
okay.
up anyway, you know what I'm trying to say to you. So he got keys, whatever. So, yo, I'm watching TV and I hear my freaking alarm go. Mind you, I got my youngest son in my arms. Honestly, son, when I tell you protection kicks in,
Damn.
yo, I literally threw my youngest son. When I say threw him, I mean
You say
like,
you was throwing this little
I
nigga
thought
down.
this
You know what I'm saying? You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
thought this was protection.
no, real quick. Honestly,
Who are you protecting?
Now I'm being real.
A little knot on your head is better than
No,
being dead. That's what I
my
got
alarm
to say
said,
to you.
yo, my alarm said front door, and I was like, yo, son, I was downstairs in like,
2.2.
yo, dog, because ultimately at that moment, I'm
Let a
like,
nigga
yo,
try me, try
whoever
me.
you are not making it to
Yeah.
my family.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you come to do, we gonna handle this shit in the foyer.
Or even if you get to them,
Yeah.
you had a hard
Yo,
time.
bro.
You had a
Yo.
long time.
Yo,
cut
when
my
my
leg
heart
off.
rate calmed down, yo, cause this is fight joint, right?
Yeah.
Yo, when I finally calmed down, went upstairs, son, I couldn't even find my youngest son. I'm like, yo, where is
Nigga
Chance?
lost his kid.
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
being real.
he tossed
I'm
him in
like,
the
yo,
hamper.
where's
You
Chance
don't remember
at?
where you threw him?
No, I'm being
Threw him in
real.
the fireplace.
Yo,
Yo, facts, like, where'd you
because
throw
you know what it is?
Chance,
I
man?
was under the comforter.
But where'd you throw Chance?
Where'd you
Right,
throw
where's Chance?
Yo,
Man.
Where did you find him?
Where'd you
I'm
find
telling
Chance?
y'all, yo, he was under the comforter. When I threw him, he got wrapped up in the comforter. So when I'm like, yo, where is Chance? Because he was sleeping. I'm like, yo, but I'm just trying to say, when you talk about what fatherhood means, it's like,
Neglect
Protection.
everything.
yo, you ain't touching them.
But yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't trying to throw y'all off. We got
Yeah.
questions, but isn't that what great parenting is?
Yeah.
Because like I get it, it's the Father's Day edition, but when I think about like God rest the dead Naya Rivera, right? And how she lost her life.
Right.
That's just what a parent does. You feel me? Like everybody, yo, as spectators,
Right.
we wanted to believe that Shorty died because of foul play.
Right.
But yo, she died saving her kid's life, bro.
In the boat, that boat
Yeah.
story.
In the
And I get, I'm with you. 100%.
Yo, so yes, I get it with fathers,
Yep.
but there's also a day called Mother's Day.
Yep.
And yo, you got a solid woman
Yep.
to hold down your kid.
It makes it easier, man.
Oh
Like, yeah,
man,
like,
man,
I
Come
agree.
on.
I agree with you. Right
I've been wanting to say that since Steph said it over there
Yeah.
about, you know, yes, but the truth is, yo, you got a solid one?
Yes.
Come on,
Yeah.
brother.
My daughter's mother is a solid one.
I'm gonna open up here because fatherhood is not perfection.
No, it's
And
not.
Motherhood is
There are a
not
lot of mistakes.
So exactly. So because you said the F word, mistake,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you on the show, were there any situations you could think of that you could have handled different?
Mike, you a piece of shit.
The major.
No, he's not, 'cause the question gonna go back to him too. What the fuck you think this is?
Fair enough.
This ain't no one chance, one dance.
So there's any situation that you could think of in the 19 Johns
Yeah.
that you've been a poppy.
He's not a poppy, he's black.
That's right.
That's poppy right there.
You could be
Poppy shampoo.
Is there any situation you could think of that you'd be like, and I'm sure there's many, but just share with us one that you think like you could have done that different.
Yeah, I think
How old was she?
she was probably 22, like right in that area.
11, 12, all right.
And a minor led to a major. The minor was that she met somebody that I was with at the time, and we were getting married. So it was, it made sense. My fiance, we should meet her, and it didn't work out. I think on some level that hurt her in an area that I'm not really sure I can fix.
So what you felt you should never introduce her? That's what you're saying?
I can't say that, but that's why I say a minor into a major. The major was off of that I ended up going to PA, and within the PA move, what happens is because I've never believed in weekend fatherhood, like every other weekend, and that's it. I need to struggle. I need to be able to take you to school. I need to go through homework. I need to be able to drop you off and pick you up, go to a dance. I need that.
No,
I know that.
Right.
No, we all do. Yeah.
But in that,
on purpose.
because she's in school in New York, and I'm at it then put her in a position of platooning, platoon childhood. 2, 3, 4 days with dad, 2, 3, 4 days with mom, back and forth. And it was cool when she was younger, and as she got older, I believe she resented it.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
I can see that.
And I wouldn't have thought about it as a kid. I would have thought, oh, that'll be fun. But in reality, it's not. Because what if you have your favorite shirt, and your favorite shirt is in New York, and it's in PA? Or your favorite pants are in PA and not New York. But you're being forced to go back and forth and back and forth. Because selfishly, on some level, I refuse to be like, well, just live with your mom.
Yeah.
Nah. I brought you here too.
Yeah.
I gotta do my part, but on some part, my part means now making you know what I mean? And now friends, as you get older, are in New York. Not in PA. Now we gotta drive on a Saturday morning down to maybe a birthday party. In reality, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. So I really wanna. So that was. If I would have had to do it over again, maybe I don't go that far.
The PA, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
because maybe Jersey. I thought New York, to me, was just a done deal. You can call it what it is, but what I will say is you got to know the position that you are in life
I got
within yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I
you
got
have to be able to provide the life for your child that you want to
Yeah, I
have.
got you.
So if New York tells you you can't do
That.
your own child, your child has a bedroom.
You got a
and your
pocket
son
full
has
of money.
bedroom,
All right, sorry. Paid it full.
maybe you don't do that lifestyle.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Because I grew up on a couch.
Yeah.
I grew up folding out my
But doesn't
couch.
it cost more with gas when you come back and forth?
Here we go with the gas.
You gotta even it out. You think that it does, but it really doesn't.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if I had to replay it,
I get that.
the easy one would have been to be like, oh, just stay with your mother.
Yeah.
But that's not what it really is. You gotta do what makes you happy. But
You feel you fought hard enough to maintain that?
You know what I believe? I believe that me and her mother, we were friends way before we ever were lovers. And the friendship was the bedrock and the foundation of why our parenthood never strayed course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's understanding.
I did what I could at the time. I'm not gonna say I was a perfect man. I'm not gonna say I did the best that I could as a boyfriend / father of that child. But what I will tell you is 2 things, and then we can move on. One is the worst thing we ever did as a pop culture, ebony culture, is introduce baby mama, baby daddy into our vernacular. It's horrible. You never describe somebody like that. And I've never called my daughter's mother that. And anyone that I've ever dated or seen or talked to has to understand. My child has a mother,
Yeah.
she's not a baby mom. So the minute they be like, oh, you're BM, no. Don't step out of line.
Yeah.
That's my child's mother, period. And then we go from there. But I just think,
Yo, you have the longest
but I do really think, but that was my biggest mistake. You know what I mean? But other than that, I can't say, now my daughter is in college and she's home, she's with mom.
Where she work at? Can a nigga get a discount?
Listen, man.
I'm proud.
So for real, where she work at?
So I wanna ask you. I know you
Mike, don't let us find out where she work at. Where she
No,
work at?
After the show.
Mystery.
I'm gonna call you on the
I
side.
want to talk to you about that because you have 4 sons.
Right.
At any given moment, it could be one or the other. You decide, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So is there a situation you could think of?
Well, and that's what I was about to say while Steph was talking. Because once you ask the question, I know the mistakes I make, and I make them frequently.
Is it a mistake?
No, I'm gonna tell
Or
you.
can you think about handling it differently?
No, I'm telling you right now. I know for a fact something I need to work on ASAP because every time I do it, I tell myself it's a mistake, right? Like for starters, y'all know I'm always working. That's for one. And then when I get home,
What do you do, Tommy?
Tommy!
and when I get home, I have 4 kids, right? And you realize when you get home, you got 4 kids who want your attention all at the same time. So at times it could be overwhelming, right? And there's been moments where I caught myself spazzing on something I shouldn't spazz about at all. So that's a mistake I make frequently.
What do you think causes that?
Because you're out every day busting your ass. And you get home and selfishly you think you're gonna get some rest. And that's just not happening.
Yeah.
Right? So once you get to the crib, I don't care how long you've been out, you got 4 kids, like daddy's home now.
That's when the next job starts.
Let's go crazy, right? And they are going off the wall. And they may do simple something as spill something on the floor. He's like, because you're now, what is you doing? Like, you're not paying attention? When honestly, they're just being kids doing something simple. So that's something I ultimately need to work on every day because that's a mistake I make frequently, and I gotta tell myself, listen, they're just being kids. They're happy to see you. They're just going off the wall.
Sure.
So when something happens, you just gotta absorb it and just like, listen, come on, guys, whatever. But you can't react with aggression or you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
So
Can't overreact.
Green, where you at with that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hear y'all. And no disrespect.
I made a mistake.
You're making a mistake.
Oh shit.
I
Here we go.
have. No, I have made mistakes. I don't want to change shit.
Oh, I don't want to change
It's
it.
not about changing.
Nah,
How
nah.
would you handle it
Mistakes.
different?
Recognize it.
There's nothing I would handle differently because if I handled it differently, then I wouldn't have learned the way I learned.
So what was your last mistake?
I don't know.
There's a-
Like I don't
when you
know.
live
Like
across
we
that
make
damn
a
street.
mistake every fucking day.
She could have got hit by a car, Reed.
No,
What are you doing?
you're right, but guess what? When I look at this, my son, I feel like I made a mistake with him by not teaching him to cross that street at that age.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, all it's doing is doing for your
Okay,
kids.
so that's what you would have handled before.
It's not that I would have. I feel like I have the opportunity to fix it.
With another kid.
Exactly. So if y'all want to handle things differently, I
But
suggest to y'all
Have
to
another
grow
kid.
up and take that condom off
Have another
and
kid.
stop playing
Oh, Lord.
and shoot the club up.
Oh, Lord.
Dream is saying, right?
Oh, Lord.
Because
Last stream, we're gonna drink to that one. I'm gonna drink to that.
Damn, it's all right, motherfucker. Cheers to you, motherfucker. God damn.
yo, because of how we grew up, like Reeves, because of how we grew up, right? We know what we've been through.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure that our kids don't go through certain things. So in retrospect, they kind of shelter.
Yo, I saw on Instagram
Right.
that this lady said, yo, we're raising, when it comes to our son,
Right.
Go ahead now.
we're raising douchebags,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And when she said it, she's like, think about it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, like, I look at my son, 17. I'll literally call him, tell him like, yo, I need you to go get me. I said I need you to go get me the nylon tank top that I
Right.
have downstairs.
Right.
He brought me 2 cotton tank tops.
You don't know.
So he said, are these them? I said, those are cotton.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Can you read, son?
I was like, I don't even need you to read.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you feel these motherfuckers
But
right here?
Reem,
Yeah,
I got
no
one better for you.
Oh,
You
boy.
can't get no better than that.
Watch
That
it.
nigga brought me cotton and I said,
yo,
motherfucking no.
watch this. You, y'all know I brag about my minifans. And y'all know that shit got a key to start.
Sucker.
I tell my son, do me a favor, you know how we do.
Right.
Go downstairs and start the van for me while I get ready. This fool comes back and says,
How?
I can't find the push start button.
Damn right.
I'm like, yo.
Damn right.
You can't blame him for that. You can't blame him for that.
Yo.
Technology, bro.
Yeah, that's where they grew up.
But
Technology.
you get what
grew
I'm
up
saying?
that
I'm like,
way.
yo, are you kidding me?
But get that nigga
Motherfucking joystick
Oh,
and a video game.
He go
man.
You cannot even comprehend this shit.
Right.
And he literally can start from start
Yep.
to finish.
Right.
So don't tell me we can't blame them.
Nah, what you
But
mean?
yeah.
It's the
That's not it.
stupidity.
The-
No, we gonna call it what it is.
Yeah.
They get dumb as fuck sometimes. So it's like it's annoying. So to go back to what I'm saying is because there's multiple children in the household,
Right.
I don't feel like like I regret anything and what I would fix or what I would do differently. I guess the do differently part. Because I didn't even feel comfortable letting my daughter go. Because I still just want to do.
Yeah.
I do. Like I just want to, because I just want to do.
Yeah, what you
And you want to know why I want to do? Because I can.
Yeah.
If I couldn't, it'll be another story, right?
Right.
But I'm like, so if they want me to go to the corner store,
You
Right.
good.
I'll go in my drawers. I need you to go in there. I'm gonna wear my boxes in the car,
Right.
but you go walk in the store.
That's it.
I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
cause I can.
Right.
But do I want to change that? No. Is it hurting them? Probably.
Oh, they're definitely douchebags. I'm not
Look,
gonna
look, but here we are full circle, right? Because what we have now in this generation is entitlement.
Right.
Damn.
Because
That's a
of
fact.
where we came from.
Yeah.
I don't know if we all are latchkey kids
I'm not.
that
That's
had
your
to.
problem.
I was that guy. You know what I mean? And I'm sure some of y'all were on
from
some
the South
level.
Bronx.
Meaning you had a
Nothing
key
latchkey.
and you were able to walk
Broken
yourself
keys.
in
Right.
to
Broken
get
locks.
to your home.
Right.
And we knew that we wanted to pick our kids up, drop our kids off. We didn't want to be that kid that was just didn't know what to do and everything like that, right? But now my daughter being where she is, full circle is, I had a buffer. My buffer was Bria Janae Hollinger in 1997. I met a woman in college whose goddaughter was her, and I met this young girl at 3 years old, 4 years old, and she became my goddaughter. I didn't know these people. It's just something. She's now grown
A lot of years
with a
old.
baby of her own, Ivy, who is now my god grand. You know what I mean? But that was the buffer where I did some of the things that I didn't do with my daughter because I had her. She has to get some credit because my daughter came through on some level pretty much scotch-free because I did all the hanging out on the block. Who's the baby on the hood?
But how is
Bria.
she a buffer if you could bring Bria back home? Bria wasn't when Bria had to go to urgent care, you wasn't the first person to get the phone call. Or you didn't have to sit there when Bria had to go to urgent care, you calling Bria's parents
Right.
and saying like, yo, does she normally do this?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to when your daughter,
You gotta figure it out.
you know what it is, so guess where you going?
Yeah.
Urgent care.
Yeah.
Are we going to the ER? Are we going here?
Yeah.
Are we going to call your pediatrician?
Right.
Or like, I get the buffer thing.
Right.
Because that's like me thinking that Jordan was a buffer.
But on
But he
some level-
wasn't. Because the reality was,
Well, he wasn't.
well, actually, he was my buffer.
Yeah.
Because there was no, I didn't
There
get
was no
an
blueprint.
option
Right.
to fucking say,
You got
I'm
it.
not,
Right. He's
yo,
here.
Janita,
Bam.
he ain't feeling good. You need to figure that
Right,
shit
no.
out. I had to jump in.
Your son
It was a weak
is my
situation.
son, and my son
That's
is
a
your
fact.
son.
That's a fact.
But yo, how do y'all feel? Like, literally, we all live in the suburbs, right?
No, we don't. That's you, nigga.
Okay.
I'm from the street.
Okay, no,
Nah,
you're
I'm joking,
from the
I'm
street.
joking.
But what I'm saying, real quick,
I'm on the 15th floor of the
yo,
BJ's.
literally, we live in the street. Right? I didn't say where we were from. I said at
Bruh,
this moment.
man.
Hold on.
But real quick, like, we live in the suburbs,
Yeah.
and we go to the city to work, right?
All right.
So I'm in the city every day, and my son is 12. And I'll be in the city, and if I go to the corner store to get me a BLT or whatever, I see a 9-year-old come in. No,
Oh, they already know what time it is.
And he's like, "I know soda."
And
All
that's
right.
the gross that we don't have.
And then he's like, yo, mommy, I'll be right back, because I'm going to stop by the other
Right.
store.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right.
and I'm looking at this, yo, dude.
Amazing, yeah.
I'm like,
Wow.
But it's not, yo, you know what scares me?
Right.
And what bothers me about that?
Uh-huh.
As much as I don't want my kids to go through it,
But you would
these
love.
little niggas is
Impressive.
fucking, they can be amazing adults.
Yes.
They can be amazing
That's what I'm
adults.
saying. I'm looking at this, I'm in the store like, what the fuck my son get?
I'll give
that.
my 17-year-old $20 right now to go buy pasta. And I guarantee you he'll come back with $5. Pasta's 89 cents.
Right.
He's gonna go and get the most expensive pasta in the store.
You don't know to do with it.
So, I ain't
Are
gonna
you
front.
kidding
You don't
me?
know about Tostios?
He don't know.
Only Cheerios.
Come on,
Yo, I don't
man.
know. I'll be describing a moment like, yo, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Doing too much.
Right.
Hey,
Yo,
Make
let's
sure
really
that
do
they
too
didn't grow
much.
up the way you.
Well, we gotta
But-
move on from here. So that's the last question that I have for you guys, man. Like, what advice would you give
A new
to an expectant
father?
dad?
Fucking
I'm
grow up.
I'm gonna ask you.
Grow the fuck
You know,
up.
what's your first advice? Because you ain't speak much.
Facts,
What's your
yeah.
advice?
Fuck you Montel Jordan.
Yeah, Montel Jordan over there.
Montel
Jamaican
Jordan
Montel.
just saying, man.
Wait,
Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
Right
No,
now,
no, so wait,
I'm
wait.
pretty sure Montel Jordan hopes he could host the show right now. So you,
That's a fact. Montel, where you at, baby? We
Yeah.
miss you.
So I'm gonna answer the question before, and I'm gonna answer that one. So the question before about regarding what I would do differently is like, because I'm an educator, sometimes I put too much pressure on my
Because you've seen what
because of school.
happened. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was a dad before I was a dad. You feel
Yep.
me? Like
Yep.
being what I do for a living allowed me to.
Got a lot
You
of
know,
practice.
like, yeah, I got practice. You feel me? And I was able to be a school dad to many kids. And when mine came, it's like, you know, you always want her or him or her to be perfect. So sometimes I think the pressure I can loosen up a little. You know what I'm saying? On the reins a little bit. But
Sure.
you know what I mean? As far as advice, man, similar to what Brian said, I would probably just say you're never ready, right? Like, it's just one of the best advice that I've gotten is when I was gonna buy my co-op years ago. A realtor said to me, you know, you ready to buy? And I'm like, oh, maybe next year. He said, you know what you're gonna do? If you don't buy, you're gonna continue to say that. So you'll never be ready. Is basically what he was saying. And I'm never ready. So I will tell the person, I will say, look, you're never ready. But when it comes, it's gonna be okay. You just have to tell yourself you're gonna do what you need to do. And whatever that need is, be there for them. Guide them. You know, just support what they have to do. So I think that's what I would say. I mean, as far as any advice I would give. So GOG, I'm asking.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, so I'll always preface like, all right, there's no preparation for it, right? You know, you could take a driving class to know how to drive. You could take whatever class, you know, you could take marriage counseling before you get married.
Facts.
Just don't work.
But there's no
Hit me on that.
pre-parenting. But there's no parenting class. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking appreciate this wedding, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no pre-parenting course prep. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to figure it out, and that's it. I can't give no sound great advice, no encouraging advice. Like, you'll figure this shit out. You'll figure it out. Trust me, you'll figure it out when you figure it out. It'll kick in. That's it. You're going, like you said, you're gonna grow up, put your big boy pants on, and you take care of that child.
Ring. Give me some advice, man. Lean into the camera.
Right? I don't have no
The
kids.
advice I would give to a father
to be.
is grow the fuck up. Simple as that.
That's
Just
it.
grow up, nigga.
That's his take.
Shit about to get real.
Really real.
If you was used to fucking not giving that person the last piece of chicken, get ready to give a motherfucker the last piece of chicken.
That's it.
Get ready to fucking sop up a piece of steak with all the sauce and get ready to eat it, but then realize that there's a motherfucker that want that shit, and you know that person that wants it deserves it more than you.
That's
Be
real.
ready for that.
That's real.
And once you ready for that, you gonna be a great dad.
Damn.
Yo, before
But once you try to split that shit in half, that's when you know you're gonna be a piece of shit father, and everything is gonna be, when I'm good,
Yeah,
I got you.
Yo, before,
Fuck outta here.
you know, when I found out I was having a son, I had all these things in my head, you know, that I was gonna do and what I was gonna provide and what I was gonna take them and what I was gonna do and what I was gonna get them.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, you know, if I ask my son right now, you know, what were some of your best moments with your dad?
You're gonna say me and Usher.
It was never anything over the top or what I did or what I bought.
Right.
It was always a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice to any given father that's about to have a kid, it is literally simple. Just be present. Be present.
President.
Keep it short.
I'm gonna keep it short.
Please, man.
Please.
Right. So
What
so
advice
this is
would you give?
Give him 5 words.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
As a father, when I was a father myself as a young kid, you know, in high school, I started with my goddaughter's father's son brother.
Right.
And I said, listen, you know, when we watch Teen Mom on MTV, that could be me.
Let him talk, man. You taking away time.
My daughter
for
at
the
some point,
dissertation.
my daughter at
Oh,
some
he said his daughter. We good.
my
All
daughter
right,
became
cool.
a pescatarian.
Mm.
All right, good. That's
That's
his
not
daughter.
my diet. I did cut out red meat, but I still eat chicken, turkey. I had to make a pan of ziti with half of it being fish and half of it being something.
You made fish ziti?
about to
That's
say, man,
That's
I'm
a
gonna cut
new
you
one.
shit.
That's
I
another.
know
That's
what
another
That's
episode.
another episode because
Yeah.
we're gonna cook.
That's another episode.
When it comes to the stove, I do's my thing. My
Fish.
daughter would tell you.
It does,
My
nigga.
daughter would tell you.
I want that recipe. I want that
Let me tell
recipe.
you, fish.
Fish ziti. I want that.
Ziti.
I want that recipe.
But
Man.
listen,
This nigga must use chicken fish.
Columbus, Bluefield, Valhalla,
You said chicken fish.
Mount Vernon Knights, Roosevelt Indians,
Hold on. Keep going. You naming football teams.
Kennedy football.
Plugging all these
I'm plugging them all.
New York football.
Because some of them were kids that saw me with my child in a stroller on a football field. And now they are fathers. The one advice I would say, and it's a piggyback directly off of you, time over money.
It's a chicken fish.
Yo, I'm still talking about fish.
Yeah, fish ziti.
Time over money,
Yeah.
because of course some of you guys are running into situations where you are being dragged through child support, blah 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 blah. In the previous episode, my man Reem, we talked about the DMX song. It's not an excuse. Outside of being imprisoned, even if you have to see your child in a precinct,
You gotta see it.
time
Be present.
over money.
Be present.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Let's go.
Yes,
What
sir.
it is,
Let me
you
get
know.
my
Yes,
cup.
sir.
Happy
Where's
Father's
your
Day,
Reese?
everybody.
Where's your Reese sling?
Yeah,
Happy Father's Day,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.